Antifa, noble defenders of the innocent, subduer of statues, punchers of the elderly. 5 California cunt flaps shrieking Soros slogans at 105-degree fucking heat in my Phoenix? Good luck!
Next on the Violence Channel, an all-new Alma Balls.
That line of officers in defiance.
You just saw one of the protesters go up there and actually kick a can of that. Yeah.
The ball is growing! It works at so many levels! Roll it again.
Finally, folks, after 8 agonizing months crushed beneath the becomb-overed boot of Donald J. Drumpf, the multitude stood as one and cast off the yoke of the orange-faced autocracy. Rise up, my brothers, #resist! Cast your bleary eyes, my friends, upon the painstakingly arrayed assemblage of alienated humanity. Stand mystified by its unbridled might.
We want to get back now to what's happening. This is at Phoenix, outside the convention center. You can see there's still some disturbances going on. You saw our Gary Tucker and our Miguel Marquez both there earlier this evening being overcome.
Are you fucking serious? You sure that's a protest and not a TNA taping? And it's CNN, so you know they got the most flattering fucking angle imaginable. I mean, Don Lemon was having a intern coronary all cocksucking night.
What do you say to that? I'm just going to speak from the heart here. What we have witnessed was a total eclipse of the facts. Someone who came out on stage and lied directly to the American people.
Now this pancake makeup motherfucker looks like the boy who cried riot, and you wonder why they hate Trump? Which admittedly beggars the question of why police first fired smoke grenades into a crowd that local media informed us would number in the thousands, and ultimately turned out to be 5 land-bound belugas, a baklava, and a bullhorn. Even at its apex, you'd see bigger crowds at a Nancy Pelosi pap smear. But to get this, you first have to understand that while Arizona is a blood-red, fucking crimson conservative state, local leadership is less so. From fire marshal to sheriff to police chief and finally to the fucking mayorship, Maricopa County offices have begun to fall to the fuckbag brigade. I'll repeat that again for your benefit in case you missed it. Police chief. Well, color me conspiratorial, but while I didn't attend the rally, I did cruise the fuck past in search of the Trump chicken balloon to take a picture with it, which was surprisingly difficult to locate for inflatable fucking fowl. And I'll say this, watching the rapidly waning wine fest accrued outside the Phoenix Convention Center, a gaggle of goofs I'd note never once exceeded 200 human beings in total. The only reason I can see to fire smoke into the crowd was that the police chief was ordered by Mayor Greg Stanton, a Democrat, to put on a show for reporters who were just a bit too ready with the Phoenix riot narrative, even when nothing remotely approaching it ever occurred.
Suck gas, evildoer!
Yeah, memo to Mayor Stanton. You want Antifa to riot? Tell them they're giving away free frappuccinos in the fucking convention center. You'll have the biggest goat fuck since Gettysburg. And I'm not saying there's any connection here, but I tried doing a hipster head count by taking inventory of all the California license plates across the street in the parking garage, but I actually lost count after the parameters of Greek mathematics proved unequal to the task. Sterling's cholesterol doctor stood in abject bewilderment. See, Californians have this thing where they're fleeing their own state in record numbers due to the runaway nanny state taxation they helped to create by electing the same 5 limberdick losers motherfucking repeatedly, only to vote for the exact same Riri radicals in the states they relocate the fuck to. But where did this idea that an assload rather than a van load of Antifa twinks would be festooned about the Phoenix Convention Center? Well, who else, folks? Local media. Both the Arizona Republic, who broke quite resoundingly from the overwhelmingly Republican electorate they theoretically represent by endorsing Hillary in the last election, and child prostitution enablers the Phoenix New Times, not only broadcast the baseless rumor that Joe Arpaio would be publicly pardoned at the event, which will not only happen, by the way, but will be fully fucking justified, and I may record a video on the subject at a later date, but further they argued that thousands would congregate in knee-jerk protest. All right, Admiral Ancom, let's see him. Well, There's the thousands that were expected to show. Bit of a snag, though. They're all chanting for Trump. And how many shots of that crowd did we see over the course of the day? Because I counted about -5, meaning MSNBC were bending over backward to interview Raul Grijalva, a Tucson representative who all but advocates the city being returned to Mexico and renamed Tenochtitlan, scoring the most flattering fucking shots possible of the glorified goddamn weenie roaster raid on the opposite side of a pro-Trump rally numbering in the thousands that they never once turned their cameras toward. Attaboy, Edward R. Maddow. There's that Walter Cronkite impartiality that the Alphabet News networks desperately clung to the Phoenix riot narrative, even as it withered to the loneliest drum circle in Southwest history, is just further proof that mainstream media and reality have progressed from a trial separation to outright goddamn divorce proceedings. The Battle of Phoenix was a quarter pound of fucking nothing burger. Watching a cunt in cargo shorts take a pepper ball to the baby maker was the closest it came to even a mild, hilarious disturbance. Fuck the Phoenix New Times. Fuck the Arizona Republicano. Read that Risperdal cake cum rag at your own risk. I'm Razor Fist. Goodbye narrative and God fucking speed.
All right, now, mommy, daddy button.